Your Storm Shield forecast, only on Fox 47 News.
Well, Justin, today we were back in the 70s, but yesterday you did mention today was most likely the last day of these summer-like temps. What can we expect for tomorrow?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, this comes to an end, and we flip it around tomorrow. Much cooler air, and boy, will it be noticeable. Now, the record today for Jackson was 72 degrees. That was back in 1964, and it's after dark. We're still at 73 in Jackson, so you know they broke their record today. It was 68 in Lansing, and they got to 73. So again, you see widespread mid-70s all across the region. That's our third straight day of record temps. And this 70 streak, unfortunately, as I mentioned, does come to an end. Colder air already filtering into parts of the Mitten State. Traverse City's only at 48. The UP is in the 30s and even below the freezing mark. We've got temperatures in the 20s in the westernmost UP, where they're still in the mid-70s in Detroit. And so you can see that cool air working its way across, just spilling out and through and into the Great Lakes region. Chicago in the past couple hours was well into the 70s. You see right as I speak there, it drops down to 61. As this cool air continues to move into the region. Now, we do have wind advisories in effect. These are going to be up until early tomorrow morning before the sun comes up. Mainly these winds going to be between about 10 o'clock tonight and 1 to 2 in the morning. And those will come through with gusts around 45, maybe even 50 miles per hour. So those wind advisories, of course, to be taken seriously. Could be blowing some things around, any loose items in the yard. Now, some light shower activity muscled through earlier today, but the main rain is going to come later on. As we back out, that's courtesy of that front we've been talking about for a few days. Even some thunder and lightning and some severe weather near the Chicago region as this area moves across. And so we could have some rumbles of thunder, certainly, with some of the weather that moves in later on tonight. Now, this will be coming through in the next couple of hours. This evening will be dry for about another 2, maybe 3 hours before things really start to ramp up. Now, we eventually fall, though it doesn't look like it, seems like it now, into the upper 30s overnight. The rain and storms move in. It is windy. It's much cooler, and those gusts going to be close to 40 miles per hour as those winds move through the region. So Future Track will show that. We continue to pull the warmth through the next few hours. There's that line. Now, it comes through pretty quickly overnight. By the morning, we've already cleared things out, and I think with a few morning clouds, we'll see a mostly sunny day, especially into the afternoon. Only difference is the wind. It's going to be light, it's going to be from the west, and after that front goes through, there'll be much cooler air to take its place. So we'll look at that wind speed overnight. You see here, ramps up, sustained winds, possibly close to 30 miles per hour as we get to around the 11, 12 o'clock hour. That's with the front as it passes through. Now, of course, those winds will die down after the front passes, and by tomorrow afternoon, they're much lighter across the region. Now, temperatures, these are going to be the very noticeable thing that we'll see tomorrow. They're still close to 70 in spots as we approach midnight. And they taper off very quickly overnight. By the morning, only upper 30s, and those will only hold into the mid 40s, maybe upper 40s by later on in the day before we taper back off. So the planner for our Wednesday, it's dry, but it's much cooler. Temperatures only getting into those mid and upper 40s. This is going to be a stark difference. Remember how yesterday we had that forecast today for 74? We flipped that right around at 47 tomorrow and a much cooler day. And again, we'll see temperatures that'll stay below where they have been lately, much below. We'll be in the 40s and 50s all week long. Outside of tonight, next rain chance doesn't come until the tail end of the weekend there. And then temperatures continue to stay around or below normal, but it'll feel much cooler after that warm up we've had.